Hi guys, and a warm, I'm going to shut this window. It's going to be a bit warm, but it's going to be a little easier to film. There you go, it's a little quieter. Anyway, welcome back to the mobile studio. And yeah, oh, something landing on the road, go past that. Anyway, right, so I have been longing to do this video, and it's been a good few months coming, and I'm really excited about the prospect. And the idea is that I just wanted to do my first getaway in Clarabelle and do a little bit of painting and possibly, only possibly, stay over a night somewhere. But the idea is that this today is just a trial. I have no idea how it's going to pan out. I've never really done a full trip in Clarabelle yet, certainly where I've gone out, got the film sorted out for weeks and weeks and weeks now. I've been looking at different camera rigs, how to get set up, what I want to do, best ways to film. And even this film looks a little bit jerky as I'm going along the road, and it's only got one position on the camera mount, so it may be a little bit shaky. I have no idea, but it's the whole affair, the whole thing is just an excuse to get out, but also a bit of a trial, a bit of a dry run really. I want to get all these things working well so that I can go out and do some videos in Clarabelle and for the mobile studio in the future. That was the whole idea of the changes that I made to that channel. And a lot of you seem to be responding to that very well. The subscribers are going up slowly, and I appreciate everybody who's getting involved and supporting this channel. It's fantastic. But I've also made some changes to my other channel, my bigger channel, my watercolor channel, or the watercolor studio. And in as much as that, because of time, because of my commitments as an artist, I just cannot physically do tons and tons of films each week. I will just burn out. There isn't physically enough time in the week to do all of that and run a business and teach a full day's class at the gallery as well. So I felt that what I wanted to do is change a little bit of the format on the watercolor studio. Yes, I will still do the regular tutorials, but what I want to try and do is take you on a little bit of a journey as well. I want to take you out there and show you where I'm going and take a few shots, show you why I've chosen a particular composition, what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to bring all that back into the studio and paint and do the tutorial based around the references that I've taken. So what I'm going to do is these trips out in Clarabelle will sort of fundamentally be about my mobile studio, going out with Clarabelle, doing some plein air and a little bit of van life when I get to cook and eat and hopefully sleep where I'm going and what I'm doing, and it gives me a little bit more freedom to go places. But at the same time, I'm going to sort of go somewhere where I think that I would like to do a watercolor tutorial for you guys the following week on the watercolor studio. So it's sort of both the channels, they're separate channels, but they actually are linked by the way that I'm working and the workflow that I've created to do the videos in future. So hopefully that will be great. Now, I don't know how today is going to go. Primarily, I'm going to head towards Dungeness. Now, Dungeness is a very, very particular piece of spit of land on the borders of Kent and Sussex, firmly in Kent, and it's got 2 lighthouses, and it's a desert. It's classified as a desert because it is a massive shingle bank that extends for miles. and there is a small community of people that live on the area. A couple of nice restaurants down there. And the thing is that it is really exposed. And the problem that we have right now in the southeast, or most of the UK, is we've been suffering a non-ending blast from the northeast. It's not affecting the West Country so much, but certainly down the southeast, it is howling through. There has been no let up for over 2 weeks now, and it's getting to be a little frustrating. So Dungeness is known not to be windless, let's put it that way. Even on a still day elsewhere, it can be very windy down on the Ness. So I have no idea how the video is going to go, how the workflow is going to go, how I'm going to get on. Am I going to be able to film? Am I going to be holding on to my boards, my paper, and all these things? So we're going to go down there. But the main reason for doing it is I just want to try out Clarabelle and see how she goes. And if it all goes terribly wrong, it apologies in advance. But hopefully, with more and more practice, they will get better. And you know, I can paint pictures. That's no problem at all. It's not in question. I can teach people how to paint pictures. Again, not a problem. But I really am not a filmmaker, and all of this is sort of very, very alien to me. I do try hard. I've been making films in the studio for so long, and occasionally I get one when I go out and it works well. But if it doesn't work out too well, then forgive me. We'll move on to the next one, and hopefully that one won't be so bad either. So I'll catch you all very, very soon. Take care for now. Hi everybody, and welcome back. Well, I've parked up at Dungeness, and it is quite a lively area today. There's a lot of tourists here visiting, and that's fine, no problem with that. I got set up over there by the light railway, and I felt that it was going to make a nice little picture of the old lighthouse there. And just getting my plans set up, and a couple of groups of people pulled up in their cars right next to me, got their deck chairs out, got their sandwiches out, and yeah, that was the end of that one then. So I decided to find somewhere else. I'm just on the side of the road. Hopefully I'm not illegally parked. And the other thing is, there's a few more wildflowers here. There is not a clear amount of Viper's blue gloss. There normally is. Now maybe I'm just a little early or a little too late. I really don't know. Having said that, there's a lot of sea cabbage that's in flower, lots of white flowers, lots of valerian and other little wild species. So hopefully we can do something and put a little bit of colour into the painting. So I'm going to have some lunch now, and then think about just getting set up and doing a little oil painting, maybe do a little maybe pen and ink or something later on. And hopefully though we can make something of it and you'll enjoy the result. So yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat now, and then we're gonna get started. Catch you all soon. Hi everybody, and welcome back. Now it is very, very windy, and I'm hiding under the tailgate of Clarabelle just to stay a little bit sheltered from the sun, which is actually heading over this way very fast, and already my palette is mainly in the sun, unfortunately. But the main part is that you can see this, the board. It's a 14 that way, 11 that way, prepared MDF board. And that's what I'm going to be using. Now, I'm going to have to erase some of these cars. So I think because we're there, I'm going to put a very low horizon line through there like that. Get it straight would be good. There we go, I've got this piece on there. I could have done that more easily. Let's just do that again. There we are. But what we've got here below the horizon line, we have our road that goes off just below over there. So I'm going to put that as an indicator there, just as a suggestion. It can change, it's not set in stone, but we've got it going round the curve and then it comes out towards us in that fashion. So between there and here we have got a little access road that goes down to the light railway and other amenities such as they are on the Dungeness. Now you can't see too much of that, but I'm going to put that in there anyway. I'm going to bring down a line there for our lighthouse. And what I'm going to do is erase these houses because very clearly they're not going to fit in any sense to the area that I'm looking at. Let's just put that there, and we're going to start this whole thing again. So I quite like this anyway. I like the dynamic that this gives me. Very, very tall up here, all the way down with the main body. It's quite an acute angle. I am looking up at it. I'm not far enough away from it to become just a small section in my painting. I'm going to make the top about there. If it goes too much higher, then it's going to interfere. If I want this framed, of course, I would like to sell the painting and frame it for the new client or the new owner. So if it's too high up here, bearing in mind the frame will come to about there, I've got to give that a little bit of space above it. And all part of the considerations you must make when you are completing such a painting. Now the base of this, let's just put that in because it's quite a dynamic shape to the bottom of this, and it goes down just below the horizon line here. Now, okay, so this building here, this white one in the picture, and this one possibly next to it, the main part of the building you see is a curved top to it, and they were made out of old railway carriages. So a lot of these houses are quite simply a railway carriage, and then they've got a lean-to section to the side, and that gives it a lot more accommodation room. But that's principally what they were. They were just railway carriages. Some have got two joined together, some have just got the one. In principle, that's what they were. And so they have a sort of certain length to them. Now, I know in the day, way back now, that the railway used to come from Ashford via I think it was Appledore on the way to Hastings, then diverted off down towards Dungeness and Lydd, and it went all the way through at one point to New Romney. And the idea was that was going to hook up with Hythe and go on to Folkestone. Well, none of that part ever happened. And the idea was, way back I believe in the Victorian days, that they wanted to build a channel tunnel, way back then, right at this point. And it never happened. The shifting sands, everything, the topography, everything was so wrong for it. It never actually happened. So the railway sort of lost a lot of interest in it. edge of the road here, which is away from the sun, just catching a little bit more information. And then we've got a little weaker dark, but darks nonetheless, up into some of these areas, a little bit through here, just to break that solid lump up. A bit up on here. Remember I said that that bush was almost sitting on top of this one. I think we're winning. I think hopefully we've almost won. Now what I didn't do is that telegraph pole that we put in right at the beginning, this one, actually comes right down into the foreground. I completely messed that up. I went all the way down through there like that. That's better. A little bit of light on top of this one here. Now it needs to be a bit bluer. That's too orange. Come in with a bit of blue. And bring that light on that roof there. Just catching that sun. I think we're done. I really don't think we need to do too much more. What I will do, and I can just see the people, I'm going to put a couple of figures up here. I'm going to put some red, a bit of orange together, like that very fresh colour. Now, what I've got to do is I put a few red taps in there or to represent some of the lovely blue poppies. Now, what I also want to put in a little bit of cobalt, a little bit of king's blue, and just suggesting some of these Viper's blue gloss. There's not many there, but they are in evidence. I don't think I really want to do any more to it. I'm quite happy with what we've got. And I think it's just a nice composition. We've got that lead in here, we've got this on here. Could be argued that these distract, possibly, but to me they're a quintessential part of Dungeness, so that's why they're there. There's lots of information about the retreat here, and of course this big monstrous edifice that sits on the beach there and keeps everybody safe. All right, so I am now gonna call it a day on this one. I'm going to get wrapped up and I'm going to find time to have a little coffee, little break, and then I'm going to get on to do a little sketch of something that I've seen to my immediate left. So I'll catch you all very soon. Hi everybody, and a very warm welcome back. Now I haven't actually changed position at all. All I've done is turn 90 degrees because while I was painting that lovely lighthouse ahead of me earlier today in oil, I've been standing next to this beautiful motif, and I've put the picture up for you to see. All right, okay, enough of that. Let's get on and let's just see roughly where I want to put this. Now I'm going to put a line down here which will signify the end of my railway carriage, and then the other building just slightly underneath the eave of that. So I'm going to bring that to there. All right, let's get going. Let's get this started. A nice bit over the top and then back down through here. I'm not too worried if this is going to scale or is so far wide of the mark. I'm just having a little bit of fun here, and that little bit of a taper off through there. So that is my carriage, and I'm going to bring that down like that. Let that taper. There's a little bit of an eave, so I've got to put that in. I haven't actually allowed for that. Put that down there like that. I'm going to come back to that. I don't think I've got the angles about right. I think I've got it a little bit. That should be coming down more, if I'm honest with you. But never mind, we'll carry on. Now I'm going to come across here, and I'm going to start around here. I'm going to put the eave height of that building in, somewhere like that. And then I've got the nose of the boat, which is here. I'll put that in there like that. Comes down to the bow end of the keel, and then it comes down through here. I'm going to have to probably foreshorten this a little bit because I think I'm going to have an awful job trying to get this to fit in. But it is foreshortened anyway because it's on that 3/4 taper, like that. Okay, so there should be my boat. Here is a chimney vent for this particular building, and a little top hat cowling is got on there. Put that in. We have got behind here a telegraph pole, which I'm going to sort of set that up now. Goes way off, and we've got a line coming down through the back there, and there's this, I don't know what they are, some sort of tensioner like that on the pole itself. There's another building behind. I'm choosing to definitely leave that out, and there is some tamarisk growing up behind here. I think it's tamarisk. Lovely green, silky green foliage, soft, fairly open but dense at the bottom. And then it's got that beautiful pinky violet flowers on the top. So I'm going to suggest that like that. Some real little bits of pieces going on. Now here, can I correct this shape? I don't think I can too much. What I'm going to do is bring that to there, and lots of dark under here. And then we're going to come out with some debris, some bits of ladder and bits of timber sticking out through the back here. So hopefully we can get and let that sort itself out. Now we've got a bit of a driveway, I think, coming through here. We're going to put that in. We've got a post in the foreground here, which is here, not there. So again, I'm drawing what I think I see and not what is actually there. We've got a top ridge along this roof, like that, and then we've got lots of this sort of structure on the steel of the roof, like that. All right, I think we've got quite a bit going on. We've got a lot of debris, lots of stuff going on in here, lots of different grasses, but I'm just going to scribble them in place. There don't have to be too much detail going on. There is quite a tall one here, but I'm not going to do too much of that, so it's going to really interfere with everything. It's not going to bring a lot to the whole party, as it were. But we've got lots of suggestive forms, lots of bits of wood, sort of logs, debris in the garden. Okay, I have to apologise straight away. I have no idea the camera battery had run out. It did so at some point, so I don't know if you've seen any of this, all this, part of this, or what. But we're going to carry on now, just finish this off and call it a day, and I am going to go off and have something to eat. I'm going to quickly come in with a dark. I'm going to come in with some indigo, a little bit of blue, a little bit of orange, just to give me a bit of a dark colour, like that. I want to run this through this roof shape through here, down there, across the top there, back down. And we're going to come in and we're just going to bounce around a little bit. I was going to use the rigger, but I'm not using the rigger. I'm just going to stay with the same bigger brush. Just going to sort of punch in a bit of information here and there before we come in with some final darks, just to sort of influence some of the contrast. Enough, I think. I don't think I really need to do much more. Keep seeing things I'd like to do a little bit more, but I think it, like that, could detract. We're going to leave it there and call it a day. I'm getting quite tired, to be fair. And I'm just going to put in a little bit of blue into the end window. Get that little blast there. Call it a day. Done deal. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have had a lot of fun with this one. It's just a quick sketch, but I just wanted to record it. I've been looking at it all afternoon, and I felt that it would make a nice little ink and wash study. So there you go. Oh, I have forgotten something very quickly. Let's come in with that green colour up through the back here. So we've got that tamarisk just going up into there, like that. And I'm going to come in with a bit of yellow colour. Now this is that gold ochre or Aussie gold, Aussie green gold, something like that. Quite a lovely colour. Drop that in there, clean the brush off, and then just put some lovely violets in there that's suggesting that tamarisk flower. Like that, that's all it needs. All right, job is now done. Okay guys, one little sketchbook ink and wash done. It was a colour note, it was a study, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Now at the same time, I do understand that the camera packed up on me during the course of it, so I really don't know until I get home exactly how much footage was recorded and how much I've lost. But depending, and I do hope enough was that I can present to you something that you can enjoy and get something from and take on with your own work in the future. But either way, as I say, I did enjoy the process, and I'm going to pack up now and get re-sighted. I'm going to do a few sketches for my watercolour studio of next week, a few different angles, composition, have a look at that so I can take all this reference back and do another tutorial based on this scene for next week's watercolor studio presentation. But enough of that. I am going to get packed up, as I said, square things away in the van, go off, have something to eat. Not sure if I'm staying out tonight. I am feeling quite tired. I may just disappear to my own bed at some point. We shall just see how it all unravels at the end of the day. Anyway, whatever happens, I'm going to look forward to seeing you next time when I go in an adventure with Clarabelle out in the mobile studio, and we're going to do another plein air. And hopefully things that have gone wrong today will not go wrong next time. And every time I do a video, everything will get slightly better each time. So please bear with me, and I'm doing the very, very best job that I can. So I'll see you all in the next one. Whatever you're doing anyway, stay safe, have fun, take care. Don't forget, like, subscribe, add comments, and all those things that you would normally do. Help support the channel, and don't forget my Patreon. There's a lot on there to offer you as well. Take care, everybody. All the best. Bye-bye. Hi guys, well there's my dinner. I've got another one on the way, so I hope they taste good. It's vegetarian sausage, blue cheese and red onion toasty. It looks good and I am really hungry, so I'll let you know how it goes. Hi guys, well it's quite late now, for me certainly. It's been a very, very long day, and it hasn't been without its problems, got to say. Mainly to do with the filming and interruptions, and yeah, that's been a bit of a nightmare, but it has highlighted a few issues that I need to correct, and I will get on with that. And I'm now sitting in the same car park. I had my dinner, had a couple of lovely toasties, and they were fantastic, gotta say. And yeah, well, for the first time I've pulled all the curtains, pulled the blinds up, got the bed set up, and I'm ready for a night's sleep. And I'm doing this because I've not been able to do it before, and I really am quite excited about that prospect, gotta say. My first night away in Clarabelle, my mobile studio. That's what I bought the whole thing for. That's why I've been spending the money to do her up and make her look dapper, and put the electrics in, all those different things. There's still a few things we all know that's got to be done, but essentially she's there. Anyway, I'm rambling on, and I've got to get to bed soon, so hopefully it'll be great. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to catch you guys up in the morning.